For tonight's top story, how a Merkel woman who lost the use of her torso 2 years ago is preparing for her return to racing. A lifelong runner, Heidi Wachtel is determined to make the most of her situation. In the spirit of the big country, KTAB's Noah McKinney tells us how she's made a comeback after her life-altering accident.
So how long have you been running for?
I believe grade 5. I started in middle school, ran through high school, ran in college, just kind of kept running.
For Heidi Wachtel, a marathon isn't enough.
I was into ultra marathons. I had to take it a step higher.
Whether in her career as a firefighter and paramedic or her hobbies as a runner and martial artist, no horizon has been too far.
It's a endurance of almost a higher proportion. You're pushing your body beyond what it thinks it can do.
An intensity well known by her 3 sons and husband Braden.
I made the mistake of making fun of Canada, and she's part Canadian. So she tackled me, and we've been together ever since.
But in 2020, while Heidi was studying to become a disaster field paramedic, tragedy struck.
I was on a trampoline playing with our foster son, did some backflips, and I landed on the back of my head. I actually stretched my spinal cord so much that I tore the inside of it.
Now paralyzed from the neck down, all those horizons seem to dim.
It got a little dark in our house as far as attitudes.
I got angry, I cried.
Intent to overcome, Heidi turned to faith and found Project Walk, a Houston program that gave her back the use of her arms. With a glimmer of hope, she enrolled in a paratriathlon camp.
I was very reluctant. I didn't want it. I didn't want to be around other people who were in wheelchairs. I was an athlete and I was different.
But results speak for themselves.
My husband looked at me and said, "You're you again. This is the first time I've seen you in 2 years."
Finding that she could still compete gave her a new respect for those in her situation and new perspective on how the world views her.
A lot of people think I'm not capable of things, or they think I'm cognitively impaired. You're still an athlete. It's just different.
Heidi is now training for her first race since the accident.
It'll be my 5th time ever riding this bike, so why not do it in a 12.5-mile hilly race.
A high point for now, but by no means the top of the mountain.
If you then could see you now, what would your thought be?
Like, okay, you can do more. If you got to that, you can do more. So what are you going to do next? What are you going to keep pushing?
For BigCountryHomepage.com, I'm Noah McKinney.
Wow, spirit of the big country. Thank you, Noah. Wachtel competes this Saturday in the Buffalo Gap Walk, Run, or Cycle VFD fundraiser. She's also going back to school and is working towards building opportunities for others in her situation, hoping to show them in the spirit of the big country that there is a path forward.